RoughRiders start the second part of their road trip in Midland, Texas to begin a 4-game series against the Rockhounds, and we're here with RoughRiders manager Jason Wood. Jason, first of all, happy Father's Day, and congratulations on being at the helm of this team that won the first half title. I know that you've been to playoff teams each of the last 4 years, but I'm sure this never gets old.
Oh, absolutely not. Thanks again, Alex. It's been a fun ride this first half. These guys have put in a lot of hard work, and it's nice to see it pay off here at the end of the first half. And I congratulate all the RoughRiders who have been a part of this, even the guys that are spending some time in the big leagues now, and some of the rehabbers that we've had, and so on and so forth. So it's been a fun run the first half, and hopefully some good things to come in the second half as well.
It was obviously a tough loss on Friday when you guys actually clinched the playoff spot. The story goes that guys were feeling a little bit down, and you actually were the one that helped spur the celebration and got everybody in a little bit more of a festive mood. Tell us how that went down.
Well, I don't know if I really did a whole lot. I just think the fact of the matter is it was said and done with San Antonio beating Midland before our game had even ended. And I knew that. Whether some of the players knew that or not, I still was going to let them know that even if we did walk off that game that night with a loss, the hard work and effort that they put in, they were true champions. And for them to have a little celebration was nice, and I think they all enjoyed it.
What has been the hallmark of this team halfway through the season in your eyes, from what you've been able to see from start to where they are right now? What are some of the things that you've taken out of this first half of the season?
Well, the two things that stand out for me is offensively, when we're successful, when we win a lot of ball games, we do a lot of our scoring early, and we stay on top of the other team and sort of pound the runs onto them. Also, offensively, we're able to come back, too, at times, and that's been good. Good ball clubs, winning format ball clubs are able to play from behind too, and that's something that this club can do. They can put it on you early, and if we're trailing late, we've also got a knack to stay in a ball game and come back too. On the other side of the ball, the starting pitching has been fantastic. Our starters have logged a lot of innings, have struck out a lot of hitters, and I think that's a tribute to what the job that Jeff has done and the job that Hardy has done offensively too. They've done a great job this first half, and starting pitching and offense have been our key to success, I truly believe.
Here with RoughRiders manager Jason Wood. As you look at the AllStar rosters, which were announced earlier this week, I mean, we could spend an entire interview going over each and every one of the guys. 10 players were recognized. Was there anybody that you saw when the list came out you were particularly pleased, maybe not surprised, but just pleased to see that they got the recognition and they made the team?
I think that every one of them who actually are on the team deserved every bit of being an all-star. The one that stood out for me was kind of a journeyman in a sense, in Gallo Rodriguez, who has been in this league for a few years. And what a treat and what a pleasure he has been on this ball club, not only for myself as a manager, for some of the mentoring that he does with the younger players, but to see him go out and play the way he's done the first half. He is truly an all-star in my mind, and I'm very happy for him in that sake.
One player who made the All-Star team in the Carolina League and is now with your group, Joey Gallo. We talked about him 1 week ago, and boy, he has been as advertised and then some. I know we were expecting power, but I'm not even sure the biggest optimist among this group could have expected a walk-off home run in his debut and home runs in 4 of his first 5 games at this level.
What a start. I've heard nothing but great things about Joey, and he's delivered, that's for sure. He's a special talent up there at the plate. Every time that ball comes off his bat, who knows where it's going to end up, and it's going to be hit a long way. He's got a very good swing. One thing that he has done and that I've seen that he's noticeably different this year is his pitch selection is a lot better. He's going to strike out just because of the big swing that he has, but he's able to take his walks as well. He's hitting balls hard and long ways to all parts of the field. So we look for good things to come out of Joey, and so we're very excited to have him here.
The entire country got a chance to see what he could bring on that nationally televised game on Thursday. But that's a great opportunity, not just for him, but for the rest of the team to be able to get a little bit of that exposure. And I'm sure that there were folks in all parts of the country that were family members, friends, or other Rangers fans that just wanted to see how the AA RoughRiders were doing. A great piece of exposure for this club and for each one of these guys, don't you think?
Absolutely. I think CBS Sports did a good job in what they did in playing our game. And I got phone calls from people from all parts of the country who just happened to be flipping through the channels, and the RoughRiders showed up on TV. So I thought we played a pretty good ball game that night, and we came out on top. So yeah, the good exposure, good job by CBS, and that's fun anytime that these kids can play in front of a national televised audience. I think it's great.
Alex Gonzalez goes today. He went 5 innings, only allowed 1 base runner in his Double-A debut. Is he going to be a player that's maybe not given as long of a leash in terms of innings with regard to this being his first full professional season? Do you see you guys easing a little bit more off of him versus other starters?
I think that's something that they're trying to do. We're monitoring his starts as best we can. We're lowering his pitch count, his inning totals, just so we can have some longevity towards the end of the season. He threw a lot of innings in college last year, and he came out of college and actually was in Myrtle Beach and threw a very pivotal game for us in the playoffs last year and did a really good job. So he's a hard worker. He does a very good job. He's got 3 very good pitches. Jeff's doing a very good job with him. So, yeah, we'll definitely monitor him and see how he ends up towards the end of the year.
Finally, Jason, it's Father's Day. Happy Father's Day again to you. You have 3 lovely young girls back at home. Anything that you want to say to them, and also just your own memories of growing up in the game of baseball with your father?
Well, I think I thank you, Alex, for Father's Day, and I thank for having my wife and my 3 lovely daughters, and it was nice to come off a long road trip last night to get into here in Midland and get phone calls at 10 a.m. when I was asleep. Still trying to catch up on some sleep from my 3 wonderful daughters. So, no, it's great. They're wonderful, and I just want to say Happy Father's Day to my father, who's in Oklahoma now, and some of the memories I had with my dad. I can remember just growing up, and before every Little League game, my dad would try to come home from work early and get me out to Fresno State and put me in the batting cage to get me warmed up for the Little League games. So he spent so much time and effort on my part of the game. It was wonderful. We were always together. He grew up my biggest fan, and I just want to say thanks to my father, and to all the fathers out there today. Happy Father's Day, and what a wonderful day.
Well said, Jason. Congratulations again on clinching that first half title, and best of luck here in the last 2 games of the first half and then going on into the second half. Thanks so much for the time.
Thanks, Alex. Thanks for having me.
That's RoughRiders manager Jason Wood. We're back right after this on the Frisco RoughRiders Baseball Network.